At the 2016 CAC Men's Outdoor Track and Field Championships, Christopher Newport stopped Salisbury's title streak with its first ever outdoor crown at Frostburg State's Bobcat Stadium. Between the indoor and outdoor seasons, CNU has now captured 3 straight conference titles entering this weekend's championship event. The 2-day championship will be hosted by Mary Washington in Fredericksburg, Virginia, with action beginning on Friday afternoon.
We're really excited about the championships coming up. Championships are a great atmosphere. All the athletes are focused on putting their best out there. All the teams are bringing their full energy and looking forward to great competition. Obviously, we're looking forward to defending our title. So we've had a lot of really good performances so far this season. Sam Murch and Jeff Dover have carried over really well from their outstanding indoor seasons. Jeff set a conference record in the 1500 earlier this year, and Sam Murch set the school record in the 10K earlier. So we're really excited about how they're coming along and looking forward to what they have to produce at the conference championships. Obviously, Ryan Scott's one of our top performers in the sprints and hurdles. He's kind of building himself back up after the indoor championships, indoor nationals. So we're looking forward to how the end of his season goes. Wes Shreves has continued to have some good performances in the jump, especially the high jump so far. And then over in the throws, Legend Boyson and Brennan Burrows have been having a great time out there leading that group, and again looking forward to seeing how they progress through the end of the season. The short schedule again this year with the early championships. Like every other team, we've had to really manage our opportunities and just deal with the weather that's come at it. March and April are what they are as far as that's concerned. We got an early start heading up to Salisbury with a lot of our group, and very windy conditions up there, but we got some good work in and got the season started there. Since we've come back from spring break, we've had 3 meets so far that where we've really been able to put some good work in, get some good performances like I mentioned before. I think we've got all the pieces together. We're looking forward to our final tune-up at home, and then should be ready for the championships up in Fredericksburg.
Well, I definitely want to kind of redo what we did last year. Competition this year is going to be pretty good, and I'm looking forward to the 1500 and the 800. Also, the 4x4 will be very interesting. I know that Salisbury and Wesley always show up, but I think CNU is going to show up as well. Home meet was, I ran the 800 at the home meet, and I'm going to be running that at conference, so I feel like that has helped me prepare for this race because I'm going to be doing a double. And then I ran the 1500 at Colonial, and I think that definitely helped me for this race because I got to compete against some really good competition. And I've also run some 4x4s this year, and not that I'm going to be running the 4x4, but I think that's helped me prepare for the 800 as well. Favorite part about being a student athlete at CNU is getting to be part of the team and sharing all these really good memories with the guys that we've created over the last 3 years.
Our goals are pretty simple every year, and it's simply to try to do better than we did the year before. For us in our sport, that means scoring more points than the year before. My expectations are that we're capable of reaching those goals. I also expect us to be a far more competitive team this year than we were the last 2 years in the CAC championships. Well, scheduling in track and field in the CAC for us is always a real challenge. The conference championship is so early. There's kind of a built-in advantage to some of the southern schools there. And this year's been especially challenging, for us, but we just kind of soldier on, I guess you might say. We've had to actually make several schedule changes because of weather. But we've had good competition everywhere we've gone. We've actually probably seen a little bit more top-notch competition than we have some other years. So the bad weather has maybe been of some benefit to us, in that regard. We have depth. We'd like to see our quality depth improve a little bit more than where it's at right now. But we definitely have some nice depth. Evidence of that was last weekend, Messiah Invitational. We had a couple of events where we had 3-4 people making it into the finals in some of the field events. and that's going to score you points, you know, and that's step one always is what we preach to our people. If there's trials in your event, step one, make it to finals. And then if you make it to finals, you obviously have a chance to score some points for the team.
For myself, I would love to see a top 8 finish in the 100 or the 200, mostly the 100, because I feel like my skill set lends itself more to that race. For the team, as far as the men's side, I'd like to see us place at least 4th. It's a pretty rough goal as far as our conference, because we have a lot of talent top to bottom at every school, but I feel like if we all just run our race, run as hard as we can, we definitely have a chance. Well, we've seen talent time and time again. We started off at a relatively small meet, but every meet since then has been tough guys with nationals aspirations. So our conference is a very tough conference, but it won't be the first time we've seen tough competition this year. Well, I love that Frostburg gave me a chance. You know, I wasn't recruited. I was just a walk-on when I first came here. But they really saw the potential in me as an athlete, and I've really grown from the time I've walked in here to where I am today.
Our goal is to finish better than we did at the indoor championship. On the men's side, we finished 4th, which is a big improvement from last year. We're really looking to improve on that, you know, for the outdoor championship. We've had Dan Forjan, who won the indoor shot put, has been pretty consistent and has actually improved quite a bit since the beginning of the outdoor season. Zach Kearns, who's a senior, who's had a pretty good outdoor season so far, so he's rebounded from kind of a tough indoor season. Then we're looking for Ben Sorensen, Chris Markham, and Kevin McCarthy to have, you know, lots of outstanding performances for us at the conference championship. We've had a pretty good schedule. We've been pretty fortunate for the most part with the weather. We've hosted 2 meets at home so far, which is different than last year while our track was under construction.
Our goals primarily are to just finish higher than we did last year. We have a lot more depth and skill than we did last year. We have guys who are nationally ranked now. So we have the confidence in ourselves to really compete and take that next step to the top tier of the conference. We've had a really compact season. We've had a meet every weekend since spring break, and the conference championships are a lot earlier this year. So we've really put an emphasis on racing hard and having the right mentality. And I think we're all a lot more confident in ourselves than we were last year. I'm looking forward to having it at home again, our 3rd home meet this year. And in my previous 3 years, we've only hosted 2 home meets altogether. So just having conferences at home will mean so much to me and the other seniors who have waited so long for this home track and can put on a really good meet for the rest of the conference.
Goals and expectations for this season's championship are to obviously score as many points as we can as a team collectively and improve our ECAC and national rankings. That will remain our goal as we continue to build depth as a squad. Key performers for me on the men's side are Jaleel Clayton, who will jump, hurdle, sprint for us, Cameron Yan in the throws, freshman Joseph Babarchek, jazz specific. Josiah will continue to be a sprinter jumper for us. Vladimir Theophil in long sprints, as well as Alex White in jumps, and Derek Young is helping us out in jumps and sprints, relays as well. Our schedule was a bit short just due to the nature of our championship date. I think the team feels challenged to be ready in time, but that's something that everyone in our conference is dealing with at this point. We're healthy, we're fit, hoping that the weather is going to be good for the meet. Our season was filled with a variety of meets. We competed with Division 1, 2, and 3 athletes in scored competition as well as unscored competition. So I think we're prepared, ready to go.
Okay. So one of the expectations that I have for the upcoming CAC championship is the competition and the intensity of it. I know since last year a lot of people are just as hungry as I was So I'm expected to run into them there. And one of my goals is to actually to win, because the intensity there, I have to bring my A game and just be the best. One of my favorite parts about being an athlete at this school, Penn State Harrisburg, is the coaches. They supply us with so much, and they're one of the driving force to keep pushing us to go forward, and they basically just help us reach our goals that we set at the beginning of each season. The thing I'm most looking forward to at the championship is basically just the atmosphere of being around people who I've competed with before. It's a very friendly environment, and we all push each other to do well. Even if you're on the same, either on the same team or a different team. I really appreciate it because, like I said before, my mindset and mental focus was something I really lacked on. And with it being so short, I basically just have to settle down and focus on the goal and just shoot forward and push myself harder each day, because it's not a long season. So.
We have a great tradition in track and field on the men's side. We've won several conference championships, and like the women, I think we want to challenge in every event we're entered in. And I think if we do that at a high level, we're going to have a great meet and some good performances that will lead to a strong team finish. The distances, Greg in the middle distance, Parker has contributed. Emmanuel in the 15 and the 8 is kind of leading our team in those areas. Has done a nice job, and Michael Weber in the 15 and the 5K. In the longer events, Connor Hesselberg is a senior this year, as well as Matt. Connor Masteran had a really nice race, coming back from a little bit of an injury off of spring break. He's looking very strong. Malcolm Milton's back with us. He had an injury over the winter break and is healthy. He's looking very good in the steeplechase. And then Branson Odor, a very talented freshman. I'm anxious to see what he can do at the championships. In the jumps, we've got some great pole vaulters and jumpers, high and long and triple jumpers. Will Fountain is kind of leading that pole vault group. Other jumps, Matthew Adenijay, really a great team leader for our team. Produces a lot of points, but he's going to be in the high jump for us. Looking at the sprints and the hurdles, that's going to be some key events for us too. Aliu Cole in the 400s and highs is placed in the last couple conference meets. Eric Houghton was third, and one of the top 400-meter runners in the country right now. And then Zach Smeltz, was all conference, won the 400 last year. In the throws, we've got 4 guys, a lot of upperclassmen. 2 are going to be graduating. Graham has provided good leadership to the entire team. Duncan in the hammer and the shot and discus. And Andrew Volts. He's really always been a strong competitor. I know he'll show up. Mike Milliman in the javelin.
For this conference championships, I think our goals are really independent of just bettering ourselves, getting better PRs, doing better than we did in the CACs of indoors. Because I don't think we were too happy with our performance, and we want to make up for that. We want to do better than we did before, and just try to constantly focus on ourselves and just get better as one. I'm just looking forward to just being there overall, being there with the competition. It's pretty much one of our team's last hurrahs of the year, so just go all out with your team. Really, all this work that you've put in since the beginning of the semester, beginning of the school year, in your final battle out for CCs, I think that's what I'm looking forward to, seeing people PR, doing their best, and just leaving on the track for the 2017 season. So I'm looking forward to. I thought our schedule was pretty great. We had intense meets that pushed us with competition that was at our level and a little bit above our level to try and challenge us and make us go further than what we could do. Throw farther, run faster, jump higher and further. And for our schedule, that's going to make us very competitive for our CAC championships.
I'm Clint May, head track and field coach at Southern Virginia University. And I can't believe that we're almost to the end of year 1. It's gone by really, really quick. I'm really, really grateful for the warm welcome of the conference. It's been wonderful. I'd like to talk a little bit about our men's program. We've got some sprinters, jumpers, 2 hurdlers, and a handful of distance runners. And so we feel good about where that is in year 1. We'd obviously like to grow and have a few more numbers. We're hoping that we can add to what we did in indoor, where we had one individual placer, but we had 2 others that were in 9th and 10th. We'd like to get 3 in the top 8 this time. And we have a 4x1 team, which we were not able to field that in indoor. So our theme for this year is not really where do we stand amongst the conference, it's where do we stand in our improvement week after week. And that's really what we're looking for. If we end up with 75% personal best times at the end of this meet, I'm going to be really, really pleased with the guys. So probably our top performers would be Derek Blasco in the throws, and then on the track, Brandon Shelley in the middle distance events.
My name is Brandon Shelley, and I'm from Southern Virginia University, and I run the 400 meter and the 800 meter. Well, my season has slowly progressed personally, and as a team we have all slowly progressed to where we're at currently, and we've been improving our PRs every race. What am I most looking forward to for our championship races? As a team, seeing like personal records and going out and like throwing off other teams' placings. I expect a lot of our runners, because we're a small team, but a lot of our runners are pretty high up in the competition-wise. And I'm pretty sure a lot of us can place top 10 in the conference. The way we trained was the biggest part, I believe, because we trained slowly, gradually, and we started making our marks a little higher and higher. And eventually we got up to where we are now, where we're like every day we're racing hard at practice and practicing hard. One of my favorite parts of being a student athlete at Southern Virginia is being able to go to school and do well academically and be able to go at the end of the week and go and compete physically.
Well, goals, expectations, just to really just do well, have people PR, run their best. A lot of times it's hard to get national qualifier times out of the CAC championships just because we've run so many different races and stuff. But obviously we would like to PR and, if we can, get some national qualifying performances. I feel like Johnny Crenshaw is having a good outdoor season. He's already hit several good times and stuff like that. We feel like he's going to be ready. His twin brother Joseph, we're trying to get him healthy. He should be ready for the championships. DeQuay Harris-Wimbush, long jumper, has really come on a lot. He jumped 20 feet most of the indoor season. At the end of the year, he popped out about a 22.11, and then this past weekend at UD, he jumped another 22.11. So we feel like he is potential 24, 25-footer down the road here. So he's got a lot of talent. Rayshawn McCray, another freshman jumper, triple jumper, did real well, had a nice PR in the long jump and triple jump at UD. He's doing very well. Roland Otto Kimes doing well. He's won both of his races this year. So the men, it's guys that you expect to be there and to have good performances. They're your seniors or your upperclassmen leaders, but it's nice to see a couple young freshmen in the jumps starting to emerge, because we did lose an All-American last year in Devon Trader, and I was very, very concerned about the jumps. But Coach Reiser's doing a tremendous job with the long and triple jumps right now. So kudos to those guys.
I feel like the season's going okay. We had like a little rough start in the beginning. We kind of starting off a little slow, so right now we're trying to pick it back up, as we're getting close to conferences and all that. We've been really working hard, so yeah, we just trying to make a strong comeback, It's all about how you finish. The goal is to do good in our opens, and also do good in our relays too, because we have some really good runners. We could possibly win the 4x1, the 4x4. So we just gotta all get our minds right and get ready to run. Also, we got some good throws too. Dylan, Ryan, those some good throws we got over there. So I feel like we got a good chance if we all put our minds to it. We could win conferences too. I guess the bond you build with your teammates, because the teams are really small here, And by me being on the football team and the chart team, you know, I got a lot of friends, you know, people that I know and all that stuff. So you just meet a lot of different people, you know, you build relationships with them and all that. And that's a really good thing.
The men coming off indoor, we're 5th at indoor, definitely not satisfied with that, and we're looking to move up. Top 4 would be great, top 3 would be exceptional. It's going to take, you know, stuff coming together for us in a lot of events, but I think with the addition of some of the events in outdoor, that it's a possibility for us.
I think we got 4th last year in outdoor conferences, so obviously top 3 would be the goal, better than 4th. That was the goal for indoor as well. We didn't hit it, but over this past weekend, or this past week at the home meet, we had a lot of sprinters jump from whatever place to like top 5 in the conference, which is very helpful because originally we were just doing really well in the distance events, but now I think we're going to be able to score a lot of points in the sprints as well and the mid-D events.
Some of our top returners, obviously our men's pole vault squad, you know, indoor, I think they scored about 20 points or so. So, you know, looking for the 4 of them to vault well outdoor, as well as, you know, Grant Dell returning, did well in the 5K last year. And then, you know, should have a good contingent of guys in the 10K. Darian in the jumps and hurdles, and, you know, just overall looking to round out everything with solid performances on the day. Top newcomers, Nick Lindley has been looking really good in throws and improving throughout the outdoor season. We look for him to hopefully set some new PRs at conferences. And then Charles Wood on the distance side of things has been looking solid. Ran a really solid 10K for us earlier this year, and we'll look to do the same at conferences.
I think I'm seated 8th right now in the 400. That would be great. I'd love to score a point for the team, but I think I will be able to run faster than what I'm seated at, so maybe better than 8th, 7th.
The schedule this year was tricky because of snow and weather. I feel like we had wind almost every meet this year, so we're looking for hopefully a nice, warm, windless day down in Mary, Washington. Recently had our home meet, which had some good results, and, you know, just looking to carry that success into conferences.